coming up, the Premier fired up about ICAC threats, a brazen assassin-style shooting in New York. Police Commissioner Karen Webb reflects on her decisions, and 2024 New Year's Eve fireworks displays, they're promising something for our West. That's next.
This is 9 News with Davina Smith.
Good afternoon. The Premier, Chris Minns, has slammed allegations of corruption over his handling of plans to develop Rosehill Racecourse. It's understood the parliamentary inquiry may recommend Mr Minns be referred to the corruption watchdog due to his long-term friendship with the Australian Turf Club's Government Relations Chief, Steve McMahon. Mr McMahon was present at the initial proposal to turn the racecourse into a mini-city of 25,000 homes.
It's an outrageous allegation. It's certainly not supported by the facts. No one has presented any rule, procedure, any law, any regulation that myself or the New South Wales Government have breached.
There will be real concerns amongst members about how this has come out. That is an issue that is highly likely to be pursued.
The report is due to be handed down tomorrow. Well, the Consumer Watchdog has today raised the alarm of Australia's low gas supply, warning it needs to be reversed before next winter. Our political reporter Amanda Kopp has more from Canberra. Amanda, good afternoon. The political fight over power, it's certainly heating up.
Plenty to choose from for what will be one of the biggest events in just 26 days.
Let's have a quick check of the weather right now. 24 degrees on Sydney Harbour and it's 29 in our west. And if we have a look at tomorrow's forecast, a partly cloudy day is expected in Brisbane, 30 degrees. Sydney is set for a top of 29. It should be mostly fine. For Canberra, showers and 33 degrees. Melbourne, a shower or two and 34. Hobart, showers and 25. Showers developing in Adelaide and 33. Perth, sunny and 29. Darwin, showers and 31. Maggie Raworth will have your full forecast for Sydney for the rest of the week coming up very shortly. Well, the country's top weight loss drugs have been compared. Which medication gets the tick of approval? Plus, the property purchase paving the way for a new coastal connection between South Coogee and Lulun Bay. And in sport, Test captain confirms the team for the second test against India. Scott Boland will play his first test in almost 18 months tomorrow, brought into the 11 for the injured Josh Hazlewood. Sam Jordan has more from Adelaide Oval.
Well, there's been so much speculation around the makeup of this Australian team for the second test.
For his Olympic gold in the laser event. Tipping Point is next for viewers in southern New South Wales, followed by Win News at 5:30 and 9 News with Georgie Gardner at 6. And for everyone else, we have breaking news and a major police operation underway in Gosford. Plus, the Premier blasts allegations of corruption over his handling of plans to develop Rosehill Racecourse. The Police Commissioner's major recruitment drive, our exclusive one-on-one with Karen Webb next. Chris Dawson back in court, the wife killer's new appeal. And the country's top Uber passengers have been revealed. So did Sydney make the naughty or nice list? We are back with breaking news about a fire in Gosford CBD that's led to mass evacuations and a major emergency response. We're told around 2:30, firefighters, paramedics and police rushed to Donison Street after reports of a blaze in the legal aid building. Emergency services quickly extinguished the fire on the 3rd floor, and fortunately no injuries have been reported. There's more news just in this afternoon. Sydney-siders are being told to allow for extra travel time on the commute home, with concerns there could be delays on the T1 North Shore and Western lines later today. Industrial action, which has affected the maintenance of critical infrastructure at Redfern, has triggered a wait this morning. More on that shortly. Meanwhile, the Premier, Chris Minns, has slammed allegations of corruption over his handling of the plans to develop Rosehill Racecourse, saying there is no evidence of wrongdoing. Our state politics reporter Sophie Upcroft has more.
The Premier is today fighting off what he says is a smear campaign with his political...
It's a thing overseas, and it's prompted viewers online to question why us Aussies embrace such a weird custom. Stay with us. Maggie Raworth has the weather next, but first, here's a look at what's happening in the news tonight at 6 with Georgie.
Tonight, the most expensive Sydney streets you've never heard of, the millionaire rows of the western suburbs. And the biggest weight loss drugs go head-to-head for the first time. Which came out on top? Join me for 9 News. It's coming up at 6 o'clock.
Good afternoon. After a cloudy morning, the sunshine returned to Sydney this afternoon. Top temperatures slightly warmer than average for this time of year. Penrith and Richmond hitting the low 30s. 26 for the city with light easterly winds. Some scattered showers and storms across northeastern New South Wales. Top temperatures a little cooler than average in that region, but warmer in the south. Albury hitting 34, 5 degrees above average. Tomorrow, a high-pressure system in the Tasman will extend a ridge over most of New South Wales. Onshore winds triggering showers over the eastern seaboard. Brisbane should stay dry though, with a top of 30. Canberra even hotter, 33, with a shower or two. Conditions across New South Wales will become more unstable with isolated showers and thunderstorms across most areas. Top temperatures generally above average. Temperatures heating up further across the south, hitting the low to mid 30s. On to Sydney, partly cloudy skies tomorrow, a slight chance of a shower, but we could also get a thunderstorm later in the day. More likely in our west with 0 to 4 millimetres forecast, a top of 35 in Penrith and Richmond. The city heading up to 29. Now to that all-important weekend forecast, temperatures climbing even higher. 32 for the city with a shower or two, most likely in the afternoon and evening. There's also a chance of a thunderstorm. The next cold front arriving on Sunday, a cooler 27, moderate southeasterlies and a high chance of showers. The showers hanging around on Monday and at this stage staying for the rest of the week. In our west, another hot one on Saturday, 35 with a shower or two and possible storm. 33 and a shower or two on Sunday as the southeasterly chance comes through. Back down to 25 on Monday, then heating up, reaching the low 30s by Wednesday. Definitely in for a hot one this weekend, Davina.
It sounds like it's going to be very hot indeed.
And Davina, some people at home might not know this is your final time presenting this afternoon news here in Sydney as you move back to Queensland to be with your family. It's not goodbye, given you're staying in the Nine family, moving to a current affair. On behalf of the newsroom, thank you for the past decade here in Sydney. We wanted to send you off with a look back at some of your best moments here.
This is 9 News with Davina Smith.
You're watching 9's Afternoon News and here's what's making news right now. Good evening, folks. Well, foggy mist or misty fog, call it what you will. This was the spectacular view or lack thereof of Brisbane today as thick pea soup fog descended across southern and central parts of the state. Family have just left a meeting just then. It only went for a couple of minutes, but they have been told that at 2:35 this afternoon there was a massive explosion at the Pike River mine. Now, the scene here is just so heartbreaking. There are family members that came to this meeting this afternoon desperate for some good news. They came out moments later and they are so devastated and heartbreaking.
Davina Smith joins us now. Davina, is it likely to threaten Queensland?
It's not likely to at this stage, Eva. Tropical cyclone Edna formed late this morning. Now, she's sitting 430 kilometres off Mackay. And police are in a standoff with a man armed with a knife who's been on the roof of a major Brisbane tunnel for more than 2 hours. Good morning. I'm going to take you straight to London, where we've received the shock news today from the royal family that King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer and will begin treatment later today. Parts of Sydney's CBD are currently experiencing blackouts. Now, the affected areas include Martin Place and Darling Harbour. Well, I'm lost for words. Thank you so much for having me in your homes for the last decade and to the incredible, brilliant team who have sprung all of that on me behind the scenes here, who are standing in the corridors and won't come and stand with me here. Thank you so much. We have a brilliant team behind the scenes and we have the best team in newsroom in the country to work for, and it's been an honour to live in Sydney and be part of your lives. I'm going to Queensland now to be with my beautiful 2 daughters and husband. That is 9's Afternoon News. Our next bulletin coming up at 6 o'clock with Georgie Gardner. Maggie Raworth will be there as well. Don't miss her doing the weather. I'm Davina Smith. Have a great evening.